My kid wanted to do graffiti when she was in grade 7 or 8, and she came home one day and she was like, Dad, I want to do graffiti. Now, first of all, just think about the relationship of trust that the kid comes home and tells me this right off the bat, right? So inside I'm like, thank you. Thank you for all the hard work and all the insights. Thank you that we have this relationship that you can just tell me that. So she comes home, she's like, Dad, I want to do graffiti. Something got into her head at school or something. So I was like, okay, can I do it with you, kiddo? Now, here's the thing, right? My first instinct always, in doing revolutionary radical parenting, my first instinct is always to go with my kid's direction. Never to be a block. Just like improv comedy, right? They always say yes and. So that's what it is for me. It's always yes and. So I was like, can I do it with you, kiddo? Because I wanted to be involved as much as possible in the process of her thinking this through. So if we're doing it together, I have the most chance of thinking through it with her, right? Because I want to be a great guy. I want to be a reliable guide. And so then she was like, yeah, sure, let's do it together. So then we did some research. This is before Google. And we found out that there was a graffiti store downtown. And we went to this graffiti store in Kensington Market. And we asked the guy behind the counter, how do we not get caught? And he was kind of looking at us funny because here's this dad with his kid who's like 12 or 13. How old are you when you're in grade 7? Grade 7 or 8. And we asked him how not to get caught and what the different nozzles were for, and he gave us the whole rundown and different areas that were good. And we thanked him. So we came home and we're ninjas anyway, so we got a black duffel bag and we all dressed in black. And we went to bed and we got up and like 2 a.m. we were getting ready to head out. We had made this whole plan. We went through all this effort. And just as we were heading out the door, literally duffel bag in hand, putting on our shoes, my kid stops and she goes, well, maybe we can just get a canvas and do it on a canvas instead. And people always ask me, would you have gone out anyways if she had changed her mind and gone out? And absolutely 100%, I would have gone all the way through. Because the moment I pull back from that, now I'm not suggesting anyone else break the law or do this, but like I said, I was doing radical parenting in those days, right? I was pressing up against all the patterns that were telling me to control my kid and telling me to tell her she's wrong and she should do things differently. And I fought against that with all my might, and trust me, it's not easy. If you're trying to be a non-coercive collaborative parent and just like go all the way in with your kid, it's challenging because you have all of these patterns from the past and all the messages of society that tell you to control, that tell you to set the boundaries, that tell you you're condoning bad behavior. But in the end, what happened was my kid and I were able to explore this and explore the values that went along with it. And we've always explored values together. And that's where the depth of our relationship comes in. And that's where real guiding comes in. So yeah, that's the graffiti story. I love it. How will you use this story in your parenting?